Most of us remember the 1996 classic Space Jam that starred Michael Jordan and a slew of Looney Tunes, and it was a fun flick. Well, it's back with a reboot, and LeBron James is going to be still in the show this time. Also, we've got news on a Twilight Zone reboot, and the Sony Playstation just announced its own mini console, so stay tuned for all that news and more coming up. What up to my peoples, and welcome to Retro Crunch, your nostalgia show where we talk about current news that relates to all things retro. The 1990s had some really great movies, but it also had some not so great live action animated cartoon movies like Cool World and Evil Toons, which rode on the coattails of one of the greatest live action animated cartoon movies ever, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Hold still, will ya?
Does this help?
Yeah, thanks. Do you mean to tell me that you could have taken your hand out of that cuff at any time?
No, not at any time. Only when it was funny.
And then fast forward to 1996. Space Jam came on the scene with Michael Jordan and a slew of Looney Tunes cartoons that battled it out with the Monstars on the basketball court. It was a fun movie and a box office hit, and it made over $200 million worldwide.
We've got balls! Whoa!
Dude, this place is a mess.
Mess? You're worried about a little mess? There's nothing here a little spit shine wouldn't fix.
And now with the rise and fame of LeBron James, which some are calling the next Jordan, a new Space Jam is in the works. And with the NBA more popular than ever, the time might be right for a reboot. And Black Panther's Ryan Coogler is being brought on to produce the movie. And with legacy sequels and nostalgia being all the rage right now in pop culture, Space Jam is looking like it's definitely going to happen. And since it's not going to be a sequel, this should free up the creative teams behind the reboot to go a different direction with the plot. It'd really be a shame to see a rehash of the same material, but with Coogler's ability to find a fresh spin on classic brands, I would expect nothing less than a stellar movie. And are you guys excited for LeBron stepping in to fill Jordan's shoes for this reboot? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd really like to know.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind.
Then next up, there's a teaser trailer that was just released for a remake of an all-new The Twilight Zone. And Jordan Peele has been confirmed to act as host and narrator for the upcoming series. And Peele had this to say: Rod Serling was an uncompromising visionary who not only shed light on the social issues of his time, but prophesied issues of ours. I'm honored to carry on his legacy to a new generation of audiences as the gatekeeper of the Twilight Zone. Now, there was news last year that Peele might be hosting a show, but news said that he was actually worried due to his past comedic roles that people might not relate to him hosting it. But it does look like he's now embracing the new series, and I for one think that he's probably going to do a really good job, and I look forward to seeing him take on this series. And last on this, in a press release September 20th, CBS revealed that production will begin later this fall for their new Twilight Zone, and it's going to premiere on CBS All Access in 2019. And Willow. The movie all 80 kids saw, but none remember. I watched it, but if someone asked me, I could not tell you for the life of me what it was about. Well, someone must like it because there's talks of Willow 2 being made. I'll link to movieweb.com's story on the Willow 2 movie down below for those that might be interested. And then in some gaming news, but is also TV related, there's a TV show that's in the works that's based on the classic Atari game Galaga. It's going to be an animated series that plans to have 12 episodes for its inaugural season. The show's being shopped around for distribution, but the creator anticipates a late 2019 or early 2020 premiere. And then much like Nintendo's NES Classic, PlayStation just announced their own classic console, and it's going to come with 2 joysticks and 20 games. It's going to run you $100 and they haven't released a full list of games yet, but some that they did mention are Tekken 3, Ridge Racer Type 4, and Final Fantasy 7. So start saving your money now because it's coming this December. Well, that's this week's Retro News. Let me know what you guys think about LeBron being cast for Space Jam, or is anybody else excited for the PlayStation Classic? I sure am. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We put out retro videos every week, so if you're into retro news and nostalgia stuff, you are definitely in the right place. Alright my peoples, hope you all enjoyed the show, and I will catch you on the flip side. And remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.